multitasking the things in the kitchen.
Yeah, and what are you wearing? It's not a dirty question. It's just an important part of the story.
Yo,
Really sleep.
I guess
So-
probably I look like a high person,
Yeah.
out of my mind high. I would.
You know how high
Speculate.
people look?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
She was wearing nothing because she threw the gown on the ground.
So there was absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Like there was nothing. So I'm like, okay, I need to make sure she's dressed.
Oh, by the way, I'm naked.
So I went to get some clothes, bought a t-shirt. That's when you wore a t-shirt. So I made her put on a t-shirt. She wasn't even cooperating. I was just doing it on my own, dressing her. Got underwear, put on underwear. Got pants, put on the pants as well, And yeah, then I put her back on the couch.
There's never been a need for us to call the ambulance.
Yeah.
That was the first time, and yeah. Hi guys.
Hi everyone.
Welcome back to our channel, The Masegos. I am Michelle.
And I am Anele.
And Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Happy. We hope you guys entered well with your loved ones. We did as well. We had a very quiet time at home, just bonding with the kids, with each other. It was beautiful, and we hope you had the same.
Absolutely. It was a
And-
bit tough for me. I entered with the flu.
Yeah, Anele is not his usual bubbly, upbeat self. He's a little down, not because of anything that happened, but his body is a bit. Yeah, I guess he just wanted to get rid of all the the infections and whatever to start off the new year, and just So I know by the time he's well, he'll be super ready to kick off the year. But yeah, we decided to kick off the year with a story time of an event that knocked us out in 2024, or to be specific, knocked me out, literally. So today is a quick fun story time that we just thought let's share with you guys on something that happened to our family, but to me in 2024.
Yeah. Well, how does it start then?
Yeah. So
She needs to tell you everything she remembers because there's a section where she can't remember.
yeah, so I hope I can remember, but
Yeah.
already just to set the scene, this was postpartum, so I think it was still not really early days since Ayaka had been born. But I remember having spoken to Anele and just told him how horrible my memory had already been since giving birth to Ayaka, and how, I was struggling with just remembering basic things.
Yeah.
So already I had this issue. But this particular incident happened, I think it was like a Saturday evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were attending to our kids as usual indoors. And Anele was holding Ayaka. Right. She needed some milk, so I think she was already starting to supplement with formula at that point. So probably she was now 4 months, 4 months, 5 months, around there.
Yeah.
So I was now, I had left him with the baby. I think Amava had gone to bed.
Yeah, Mama.
Yeah, so it was now post Amava sleeping. She sleeps at 8 p.m. every night, latest. So Amava was asleep. So now we're tending to Ayaka, who hadn't been on a set schedule yet. She's now on a set schedule, but she was still, waking up fasting, needing milk, all of that thing. So Anele was now tending to her, just holding her, and I was like, okay, let me go make her a bottle of milk. So the way our house is set up, there are a lot of doors. There's a door to enter into the lounge area, which is where we're filming right now. When you leave the lounge area, there's like a little entryway, like reception, a very tiny reception, and then the stairs upstairs, and then there's a door to the kitchen. Right? So I get out of the lounge, I step into a little area, reception area, go into the kitchen briefly. I mean, it's a very small, cozy home. Get into the kitchen, and now I'm getting ready to make the bottle. Ayaka is very fussy. She's crying. So, as a mom, I'm trying to be as quick as I can. I'm like, you know what? I want to make sure my baby can come down as soon as possible. So, I'm making this bottle swiftly, very promptly, multitasking the things in the kitchen.
Yeah. And what are
Right.
you wearing? It's not a dirty question. It's just an important part of the story.
So, fun facts about me. When I'm inside my house and I'm comfortable, I don't wear much. So, I don't know if I was even wearing a t-shirt. Was I wearing a t-shirt?
No t-shirt.
Happy, I was wearing nothing.
Yeah.
I was nude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I'll explain why.
Okay, so apparently I was nude. And I made this bottle.
No, but you had a gown on.
Oh, I had a gown.
Yeah. That's
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Her memory is very bad.
Anele will take over from very soon. But yes, I had a gown. Yes.
Yeah. My gown. Yeah.
Yes, I had a gown on. Okay.
That she didn't ask for. She took herself wherever she took it. She wore it. My gown.
His nice warm gown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was wearing Anele's gown, making the baby milk.
Mm-hmm.
And then I finished making up the bottle. And then I think so I was rushing. So I was doing this process very quickly, very swiftly, as per usual. Like, I'm used to doing things very quickly, very swiftly for our kids, for our home. So I had prepared this bottle very swiftly, very quickly. And now I was turning around to go and give it to Anele to feed the baby, right? But I think upon turning around, there was something that was bothering me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So this gown, to go back to this gown, yes. I don't know if I had taken a nap earlier or whatever, but I had picked it up from our bedroom upstairs from the carpet. So I think I just put it on, right?
I didn't leave it there.
Sometime in the evening. Yes, I had been using it for a while. I had put it on, right? I think I probably had just put it on. Maybe an hour or so prior, or even a few minutes prior. I don't remember now. But I had put it on. So as I'm turning around swiftly with the milk now in the kitchen, I see this big brown spider on the gown on me. And mind you, this is a very quick process because I'm turning around. I've got the bottle in my hand, and I see the spider, and I see it as I'm moving towards Anele, right? And I'm not noticing that the kitchen door is still slightly, I think, ajar or closed or something, but it's not fully open. Yeah. So as I see the spider and I'm running quickly, boom, I hit my head on the door. Or by the time I even look, like, it's boom, it's swift because I'm panicking about the spider, because I was now rushing to Anele to get the spider off me. And yeah, before I knew it, I hit the door. And it was a huge bang, right? From what I remember from that point, I'm now stumbling into the lounge, I think. And Anele says, I started to take off my gown. Is that so?
All right, let me take over there.
So but everything was a blur.
By the way, before we even get into that night I was preparing to watch a boxing match. It was a big boxing match I was playing that night. So I was ready, getting warmed up, after the baby goes to sleep, I'll be able to watch this fight. But the knockout came a bit quicker than I expected. There was a knockout pre-fight, But she runs in and all she says is, yo, like, what's going on? Then she just takes off the gown, throws it on the ground, and then holds her head, and then also just starts going to the ground and sits. And then from there, after sitting, she lies down. I'm like, hey, what's happening with this person? I'm asking her, what's wrong? Are you okay? and all she's saying is, I'm like, what's going on? I'm trying to figure out what happened. I look at her, and then what she does is she just points to her head, like to her forehead. I'm like, what happened? Did you hit your forehead? Like, yo, Misha, what's going on?
So all I was saying was yo.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that.
And then eventually, and then she says, and then you indicate that I must stop, you know. So I'm like, all right. So I just calm down as well and relax and give her a moment. That's when she sleeps now. And then afterwards, so I try to wake her. And then, like, you know, when you're waking someone and they're still sleepy, yeah, you weren't unconscious, but you know, like really dazed. And then I realized, okay, I think she hit her head.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out, I'm asking questions. Where did you hit your head? She's not answering. I couldn't get any answers. All I could get was you. So I looked.
I think I was in a world of my own, to be honest. I was just like, I don't even remember, but I just, yeah. It was just a blur, but yeah. It literally, like, you know those cartoons with the stars once they get knocked out or bumped or whatever. That was me. Yo.
Yeah. So she couldn't string together any sentences, and then I started being worried. But I checked her eyes. Her eyes were still fine, you know. They were fine, but she wasn't opening them. She looked like someone who was really sleepy. I'm like, all right, okay, look, I've never been in a situation like this before. I've banged my head before, you know, so, but I don't know this person is disoriented. So I look at my Google and they say a few things that I must check, you know, to make sure she's fine.
And I think you contacted my little brother as well.
Yeah. So after, now her brother has a degree, an honors degree in health, you know, so related to health, the health sciences. Yeah, I do too. But anyway, I just contact him. I tell him, bro, don't panic. Which he tells me afterwards. I shouldn't have said.
I mean, if you're gonna tell someone don't panic or don't overreact or calm down, I know people are like, and I agree. The next thing is not that, oh, okay, I'll calm down because you said I should calm down. I am not gonna be the thing that you're asking me to be.
But I was a bit calm. I was a bit calm myself, you know, because she wasn't unconscious. She was just really dazed, really sleepy.
I guess probably I look like a high person.
Yeah.
Out of my mind high. I would.
You know speculate. How high people look?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you look really dazed. You look like someone who was very, very sleepy. Yeah, and struggling to keep their eyes open. That's how you look. Yeah, and then you couldn't walk. So I carried her. I put her on the couch. Right now, she was wearing nothing because she threw the gown on the ground.
So there was absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Like there was nothing. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, oh yeah, you were wearing that. Yeah, you were wearing that.
Oh,
that,
okay.
that bra,
okay.
Yeah, maternity bra.
Yes. I was just wondering that was so weird. I mean, it's not past me. It's definitely not past me to do something like that. But I know I was still breastfeeding at that point in time. So there had to be something under that gown.
There was that maternity
bra, yes.
Yeah, so I decided, okay, you know what? Oh, I told her brother, like, hey, banged her head. I'm not sure what happened. She can't articulate to me what happened, you know. But it's clear that she hit her head somewhere. And then she had a little, what's in Dumba? In English?
Bump, I don't know.
Yeah.
Poyoyo.
Poyoyo, you know. I don't know a poyoyo in English. Yeah, she had a little poyoyo, but it was red. So I couldn't really make it out. But I figured because of when she said her head earlier. Like, okay. So I tell him that she hit her head, but I'm not sure where. So she's a bit dazed and disoriented, and now she's sleeping. Then he says, I must get her to wake up. You know, just try get her to wake up. Like, all right, I try to get her to wake up. So all she does is opening her eyes and just go, and then and then that's when I decide. All right, look, let me call the ambulance.
Was I saying any sweet nothings or something?
No, you want.
Wasn't talking at all.
Yeah, when I ask you certain things, you're like, I'm like, okay, no, you can't even make a sense. You're not saying, you weren't saying words, you were just making sounds. So I'm like, all right, no, this is worrying. I call the ambulance. I explain what happened. They want to speak to her in the ambulance. They also, the ambulance people, they tell me to keep her awake and try get her to speak. So tried,
was it a man?
shook her. It was a lady. It was a lady who was speaking to you on the phone. And luckily, you started making a bit more sense when you were speaking to her. But
what did she ask me?
She was asking you what happened.
Or did she ask me my name? I think I remember
your name.
about
Yeah,
my name.
Those kind of things. Your name and what. So yeah, you were getting a bit better. You were answering then, Yeah, and then afterwards, then the lady told me that they're gonna send an ambulance. Then the paramedic are just gonna check her and then decide if she needs to go to the hospital or not. And then I just need to keep my phone off and make sure I keep the line clear so I don't take any calls. I don't call any people. They're gonna call me on that number. Like, all right, this is new. Yeah, I've never been through this before.
And so in that process, because there was a crying baby who needed to be fed, what happened to Miss Ayaka, who was crying and demanding her milk before her mama knocked herself out?
Oh no, I had to feed her while we were waiting for the ambulance.
So you were multitasking
a
wife who's just out of it and a baby.
Keep you awake. You were trying your best to sleep. I was trying my best to keep you awake.
I think she was probably less feisty then, because you're Ayaka now, my goodness. Ayaka now would
when you inside a problem, it doesn't seem as bad as it is when before you get to it or after you've gone through it.
I get you.
So it wasn't the worst, but it was quite stressful.
Shame, man. I know if the roles reversed, I would have been a mess.
Yeah, no, the lady was also telling me that I would have been a mess. I'm calm. And then she's like, what's important is that she's conscious. And is there bleeding? Like, nah. And I was also suspecting, hey, I'm telling this story to these people. When the lady wanted to speak to Michelle, I started thinking,
probably gonna ask.
Maybe she thinks that I smacked her, I smacked her and now I'm calling an ambulance. But I'm like, okay. So when the ambulance people came as well, now I'm relaying the story, and then they ask her for her account.
Like, blink twice. Blink. You sure?
Yeah. But man, they checked her then. Now they told me that no, she'll be fine. I think they gave her paracetamol.
Yeah,
they gave her something for the pain. So she was complaining about the pain and
my head. I think when I started to come to, or whatever it is, or get back to my senses, like my head was pounding. It was like so it was so painful. Like, I was like, it was horrible. Like, it really, my head had never been that painful. Like, it was just a lot. And I think probably, I don't know if you helped me to go sleep. Or something.
Before the ambulance people came, so they told me the ambulance is coming. I'm like, all right, I need to make sure she's dressed.
Oh, by the way, I'm naked.
So I went to get some clothes, got a t-shirt. That's when you wore a t-shirt. So I made her put on a t-shirt. She wasn't even cooperating. I was just doing it on my own, dressing her. Got underwear, put on underwear. Got pants, put on the pants as well, And then I put her back on the couch. So when they came, they found you in a decent state.
Hallelujah. Amen. Thank you, babe. I appreciate you.
All right. That was that.
Really. So he took me up to the bed, I think, or took me upstairs. Probably helped me upstairs. And then put me in bed, and then I think I just passed out from there. I don't remember that much from that. And then The next day I woke up, I don't know what time, but yeah, I was a bit more conscious. Still with a painful head, like my head was still sore. But yeah, I was like, okay. Whew. Yeah, and I don't know if that's when I told you about the spider. I don't know when the whole spider account came.
Yeah, you only told me in the morning.
Yeah,
I
then I
didn't
was
know there
able
was
to
a spider.
explain with you.
We
No,
never figured out how
there
this
was a
person
brown
banged the door.
spider. Like,
All we had
it
was a
freaked me
down on the
out.
ground right there, and then she on near the ground. She also started tumbling and then fell, and then
It was a
we
movie.
never knew what happened. Even the people were asking me, well, how did she bang her head? Why did she bang her? Why was she running? Like, hey, we don't have
That time there's not much space to run. And
Yeah.
it's a very cozy home, especially our kitchen. It's also cozy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like
Yeah.
vast and large.
And that's why I was worried with my story, guys. You see, it wasn't adding up, really. It wasn't adding up. So they kept asking me certain details. The guy asked me, was there an argument before this happened? I was like, no, the baby, as you can see, the baby needed milk. She went to make milk. There was nothing happened.
So you didn't want to make her milk. What?
Imagine. Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first time we had an ambulance in the UK. Yeah.
I think ever, because there's never been a need for us to call the ambulance.
Yeah.
That was the first time. And yeah.
Hopefully there's never a need for us to ever call an ambulance again. Make sure that if you want to borrow someone's gown, maybe ask their permission first, Maybe, I don't know. Maybe,
Thing is, I use the gown now full time, so I don't know why he's talking like this.
Yeah. But yeah, just check the pockets, no spiders or any creepy things, and no running in the house. Please. I thought I would have to tell Ayaka that, but it's clear that I also have to tell the mommy and the mother. No running in the house. Okay.
Anyway, guys, thank you for watching.
We hope you enjoyed our story.
We hope you enjoyed our little story about my little incident in 2024.
Yeah.
But as always, please do like, comment, subscribe, and share our video. And we'll see you in our next one. Bye.